Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag, where I open my mail. Let's get straight into it. This one is from the United States of America, the United States Postal Service, ever reliable, Zapta, whoever Zapta is. Anyway, let's open it up. Thank you very much, Zapta. And we have, woohoo, t-shirts plus... I love it when you get a static shielding bag inside t-shirts. What do we got? Oh, excellent. Oh, it's a little Sagan t-shirt. Excellent. Little Sagan YouTube t-shirt. Awesome. And what else have we got? I think I might have a crappy YouTube shirt somewhere, but these ones I quite like. Look at that. Brilliant. Considering that I make my living on YouTube, you'd think I'd have all the merch, right? No, black and red. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, Zapta. It is Zapta. That's his name. He's from Silicon Valley. Hopefully my Crocodile Dundee knife didn't slash the t-shirts. Yes, by the way, for those who are wondering, yes, this is the Crocodile Dundee knife. You know, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Yeah. And he's also into ARM processors, and well, he moved from AVR to ARM, and now he's got himself a designed a little ARM mini development board. And I have a little itty bitty chip, but I have no board. Aww. Aww. Ha! Fell on the floor. Some keen-eyed viewers no doubt saw that. Let's take a look. And here you go. This is what Zapta's done. He got the board actually reviewed by the members on the EEVblog forum, and he will actually supply this to anyone on the forum who pings him. So it's a little ARM mini board, the ARM Pro Mini, based on presumably exactly the same identical pinout to the Arduino Pro Mini, and minimal design, integrated USB serial, so you don't need the external FTDI dongle, and optional $20 debugger, 64K of flash, 8K RAM, 4K E2 PROM, 48 megahertz, streamed along M0 core. So there you go, in a little 3D printed case by the looks of it, and I cannot get it out of there. So I don't know if it's like stuck down into it or whatever. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but yeah, I can't get the damn thing out. So how am I supposed to put it on my breadboard? Not sure what's going on there. Hope I don't break it. And there's the schematic for it, and it uses the LPC 11U series. There you go, that's the main MCU in it. Next up, one from the old dart. It doesn't say who it's from at all, so I've got no real idea. Let's have a look. From Anonymous, thank you very much, Anonymous. Postcard. Oh, look at that. It's an Avro Vulcan. Oh, from Doncaster. In the old dart, of course, yes, the Vulcan, famous big Delta wing. The Vulcan. Here we go. Greetings from the UK. Please find a random car accessory, which I've yet to see anybody use. Sean B. From the forum. Kindly funded getting this to you. Oh, thank you very much, Sean. Keep up the good work. Orbis. Thank you very much, Orbis. So, I love planes, by the way. So, what do I do with them? Yeah, it's on the front. Yes, the Vulcan. Very nice. The Vulcan was like Cold War stuff. It was like the UK's, deep penetration, Soviet penetration bomber, I think. Anyway, we have one of these little keyring torches. It's like a little snowmobile or something. Weird. An illuminating car message sign. Check it out. It's one of the smiley face on the sticker on the back of your car. Awesome. A battery powered display module for the back window, wireless remote for the front, pre-programmed messages, easy suction cup. Oh, great. Distract the drivers in the back so that they slam right up your ass. That's a good idea. There you go. It's one of those, yeah, it's got a LED matrix in there. It's not a Don't know if you can see that, but it's not like a complete matrix. It's, we'll crack that open. That's a 2-minute teardown. Let's go. Aha, it only has a set of, like, predefined functions here. Back off, sorry, thanks, and smiley face or wink. Jeez. Excellent. Let's have a look. And it's just got like an infrared thing here. There's an infrared on the back here, so I have to like point against the wall and bounce it off. So let's go. Smiley face. Ta-da! Look at that. Or wink. Or back off, dude. I mean it. Sorry. Oh, didn't mean to cut in. Didn't see you there. And thank you, asshole. So, yeah, but sorry, that's just a complete failure. As Orbis said, he's never seen anyone actually using one of these things. Because, yeah, they're just like a complete gimmick, distracting. I don't think anyone would be caught dead with one of these things. And check it out, completely old school. Everything through hole. Oh, man, rock bottom price. Rev 4.9. Geez, what, at the design review meeting they had to go, well, I think we should add a wink in here, so let's respin the board. Hey, that'll be fantastic. Oh, no AVR in this. It's an AT89C2051. Really old school. Geez, can you even get those anymore? And then apart from that, we've just got two ULN 2003 Darlington drivers there for the high current drive. But yeah, just all through hole. A single-sided board as well with all those jumper links. Oh, I've got to shave a few cents off. Actually, just imagine if these things were popular and they did take off like the, you know, stick-on Garfield craze in the 80s, for example, and every car had one. Oh, man, couldn't you have fun with the, you know, just stick an infrared transmitter in your car and set everyone's silly little flashing LED sign off. And, of course, there ain't nothing doing on the bottom there, just all a single-sided layout. They've done reasonably well, actually, to get the layout on there with as fewer jumpers as possible. There's our little infrared receiver just flapping around in the breeze there. And, actually, that's interesting. They've got... Look, they've got two. Like, they've got a proper actual receiver in there, which has the 37 kilohertz filter in it. And then, what, I mean, it doesn't transmit back, I didn't think, so it must be another infrared photo receiver there. Weird. Actually, that's an okay little platform. Just reconfigure that. I mean, you can just reconfigure the 8051 up here and, well, you can't get to say anything, but I don't know, you get it to do something a bit more useful than the useless task that it was originally designed for anyway. So thank you very much, Orbis and Sean B. Hold on to your hats. There are different models. Look at this. We've got the, you can get 5 different faces. This is the one we've got. It includes the sorry thing. This is my personal favorite. It's got the middle finger. Yes. And that animating bloody messages. What do you want? Freaking animated emoticons like you're on a bloody forum when you're driving? Ugh. And the plot thickens. Here we go. The Drive Motion, it's called, is an AUMY limited product. This mob, AUMY, are one of these companies who design, manufacture, promote, and distribute products. So if you're an inventor, in quote marks, and you've come up with this brilliant idea, which obviously somebody did, the Drive Motion, illuminating car message sign, then you know, you have no idea. You're the inventor. Oh, you know, you just leave it up to the Oompa Loompas of the world to, you know, figure out how to, you know, design and manufacture and do everything. You know, you're just the ideas person. You don't need to worry about that practical crap. So you go to a company like this, you pay them a buttload of money, and they design, manufacture, and promote, and do everything. So yeah, I suspect the only winner in this is this company who took all that sucker's money, who came up with the concept of this thing. Wah. Next up, one from Hiram Fairbanks. Thank you very much, Hiram. That's what I'll call you. Sorry if I've got it wrong. Everyone knows I am awful with pronunciations, and I do like what's inside here. It's one of my favourite mailbag items to get. Let's have a look. It is, for you fanboys, or you TI fanboys, it's a TI Voyager calculator. That's the Voyage. Sorry, the Voyage 200. I'll get a whole bunch of hate mail if I get it wrong. From the TI fanboys. That's one of their top line. I think is it late 90s? I think the Voyage 200. I'm not entirely sure. We have the serial cable. It looks like RS-232 with a TRS jack on it, and Nano Beam. What is Nano Beam? They got some nice little, well, have to show those up close, but we've got some nice little stuff for assembling some sort of frame, something like that. Got to read the note. And here's Hiram's Nano Beam. Check this out. This is a Kickstarter that he did. He raised, only was asking for like 12 grand. He raised like 27 grand. So it was a success. I assume it is the world's smallest T-slot construction beam. Look at that. It is absolutely tiny. It weighs practically nothing. It's pretty darn strong. Yeah, I could probably bend that if I really wanted to. But it's wickedly strong for its size and weight. Very nice, and it comes with all these tiny little, plates and screws and brackets, just like your regular T-slot stuff. Even comes with a little screwdriver. Check it out, and check out his Kickstarter video. It's really interesting. He's made like a little robot out of this. Here's his Dragoon. There it is, made just out of this. Just a couple of slots of this. You can cut it, of course. You don't have to buy it in pre-cut lengths. You can easily just hacksaw that. And you can build pretty much anything. He shows like building a little mini picture frame with it. He even says you could do your own do-it-yourself smartwatch case. It's that tiny. Yeah, you probably could. Be a little bit bulky, but geez. And by the way, it does. Ta-da! I'm sure not by coincidence, fit a 1.6mm PCB in there. Nice. Look at that. So you could actually, make your own custom box out of this thing with the angle, and then manufacture the PCB, the sides and the front panel, the back panel, the top, and everything else. You can actually manufacture your own cases out of that. That's really quite nice. I like that. I'll link it in down below. Check it out. The Nano Beam. And for all you TI calculator fanboys out there, I know there's a lot. This is the Voyage 200. Let's take a quick 2-minute teardown of this 2002 vintage. Sorry, it takes a bunch of 4 AAA batteries in there. Got a backup coin cell. Let's check out inside. Absolutely useless as a day-to-day calc because look, no exponent button at all. Hopeless. You got to do shift, second to do your bloody exponent. Screw that. And there you go, very typical construction of these types of calculators in this sort of vintage. They haven't gone for like any chip on board or anything like that, all quad flat packs, and it looks like its code name was Sylvester. There you go, this is a Rev G, so I'm sure that is the code name for it. Let's have a look. And there's the main ASIC chip. It's the TI Ref 200C040, and this is used in several of TI's calculators, but that is a custom ASIC. But look, the main CPU is actually down here, and that's a Motorola 68000. And there it is up close for all you 68000 fanboys. Old school. Then all the other beasts on here, all these Toshiba parts, they're just LCD drivers, dead giveaway, of course. All the huge tracks going off there, all over the place. That's just some sponge there for the back of the batteries, and there's another one over there. There's actually 5 of those total on there for the dot matrix LCD display, and not much else. There's an interface connector up there. And yeah, all miscellaneous support stuff. Got to have a 74HC244 in there, of course you do. Geez, LM324. Gee, what next? A 555 timer? Getting close. Got a NAND gate. Got a couple of voltage regs down in there, I'm sure. And that's about all she wrote. There we go. There's our watch crystal in there. That'd be handling our real-time clock. And it's about all. So thank you very much, Hiram, for both of those items. And that's a quick look inside an old school TI calculator. There's a bit of a flame war going on the EEVblog forum about, oh, what use are bloody calculators, etc., etc. Well, you know, why don't you just use your smartphone? Oh, goodness sake. These things actually get long battery life. They've got excellent built-in functionality, and they're dedicated to the task, and they sell them for like more than, you know, a decade or something like that. They still support them. So that's, you know, valuable in like a classroom specified into a classroom curriculum and things like that. When teachers write a curriculum, they don't want to write it around some bloody smartphone app that may not be there in a couple of years' time. No, they want to dedicate it to a calculator, something like this, the Voyage 200. Whether or not you support, you know, whether or not people should be forced to buy calculators like this for learning math in schools, that's a different argument entirely. But that's why these sorts of things still exist. And, well, they existed then and in 2002, and they still exist these days in a slightly more advanced form factor, although they're many generations behind in terms of, like, you know, LCD display, processing power, all that sort of stuff. You're missing the point. Next up, looks like our friends at Elector have sent us something again. We've had a few Elector things on here before. Please excuse the crude opening of that. Another shirt. Jeez, I'm rolling in t-shirts. The wife complains about that. I've got too many t-shirts and I leave them scattered around the place. What do we got? T-board by Elector Labs. I guess we're going to get a T-board. It is a T-shaped PCB. I wonder what it does. And, Tetris. Yes, there you go. It is a T-shaped board. Why? I'm not entirely sure. I guess and I got a couple of other little T-shaped boards here. I guess they are all joined together in a Tetris-like arrangement, hence the T-shirt. Further investigation required. And here's the Elector T-board, AT Mega 328, and you can see where this is going. Yes, it's an Arduino breadboard thing, which just breadboard friendly. It's designed to, you know, if you want to step up from the breadboard, for example, from the Arduino, for example, but you want to just deal directly with the raw microcontroller, and you don't, you know, and you want to interface stuff to it. This just gives you an easier way to do it. Plug it into your breadboard, things like that. So we've got the power, the voltage reg, and the serial programming interface as well. They've got different types, they've got smaller ones, and they've got the little 8-pin jobby as well, so they're kind of neat. But yeah, every man and his dog's doing a different variant on, you know, how to transition from an Arduino over to your own custom prototype. This is yet another way, and it's not bad, and it does actually fit on a breadboard. Neat. Next up, one that's been sitting around for a while. Sorry to Lincoln Warsham. He's from San Jose in California. I don't mind San Jose, a nice little city, or is it? Yeah, it's a city, isn't it? San Jose, the city of San Jose. It's not really a town. It's big enough to be a city. Anyway, it's the heart of Silicon Valley, of course, and they did have quite a bit of art there on the streets when I was there, wandering through San Jose. Rather some random art just scattered around, but I like San Jose. So, thank you very much, Lincoln. Include a couple of factory samples. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look. What do we got? Oh, look at this. Texas Instruments Linear Products, when they used to give you the chips on the front. Check it out. And then they'd give you the little data sheets, all the data sheets inside there. And yeah, geez, that's dating back. Wow, those were the days. That would have been, yeah, late 80s, early 90s perhaps. Awesome. And more Linear Products, advanced Lin CMOS op amps, terrific. And oh, look at this. This could be a 2-minute teardown. It's a data precision multimeter. Get my face tracking off. Look at that. There it is. Wonder if it works. And Lincoln is from, yes, USA. He's got here. And he was worked at, he was an intern at the Ames NASA research place at Moffett Field there, and he scored a whole bunch of stuff from a guy who used to work there, and these data precision multimeters, he got this on eBay and it didn't work, and he said there's too much shit to fix. Quote. End quote. So yeah, we'll just have a 2-minute teardown and see what's inside them. Geez, data precision multimeters. I don't make them anymore. They're a bit, really, you know, they're very sort of, like that's like a Pactec case. That's like a standard Pactec model, brand case. They just sort of, you know, build them. Back in the day, they used to build multimeters. No, none of this custom stuff. They just build them in these like off-the-shelf cases and just do the punched and silkscreen front chassis, and that's about all she wrote. 2-minute teardown time. And let's take a look inside Lincoln's Data Precision 2480R multimeter. And I wish this was smell-o-vision. Oh, that's got the real old school smell. Look at that. I'm surprised they've gone with the big metal shield there. Anyway, everything's nicely labelled. They've got the adjustment trim pots and trimmers for your high frequency adjust and your other resistor trimmers down there, and very old school taped double-sided, and of course your classic for the era, by the way, which is, ta-da, 1978. What a good year that was. And yeah, your classic rolled tin board, and then solder coated, hence you get the crinkly stuff. Can't really see it down on that one. There's a few places where it does that, but yeah, very typical of the era. And what's the bet? There's an ICL multimeter chipset under there, and that's pretty much it. No, it's not. What is that puppy? An SCTR0440. Never heard of. Is that some sort of data precision custom job, or is it some other manufacturer that we've never heard of? Anyway, there's an LF351, and there's not much else in there. Look at all that classic hand-taped layout. Oh, love it. 74C00. Geez, you don't see much of 74C series stuff anymore. Oh, look at that little pissant transformer down in there. It doesn't need much more than that, of course. But yeah, it's just a bridge rectifier, linear power supply, and Bob's your uncle. There's your multimeter. I don't know what the specs of this thing were, but yeah, 4.5 digit. And the spec was pretty darn schmick on this thing. Actually, 4.5 digit, 0.03% plus 1 digit, 1 year spec. Pretty darn impressive for the era. This would have been a top-of-the-line multimeter back in the day. Would have cost a fortune, I'm sure. And even on the ohms range, the best range there was like a 0.05% plus a couple of digits. Unbelievable. Beauty. Thank you very much, Lincoln, for sending that in. Excellent. A classic old school multimeter. If I can find info, or anyone's got info on that chipset, let us know. And it's not every day we get one from Spain, so I don't know my Spanish viewers. I don't know where Spain ranks on my YouTube scheme of things for number of viewers, but I think it's right down there. But there is certainly a contingent. This one comes from Ivan Arakistain. Got it wrong. Apetia in Spain. So awesome. Thank you very much, Ivan. Let's have a look. That was pretty piss poor. Because I hit the tape. That's why, and it just didn't pierce it. So much for the crocodile Dundee knife. I'm not wielding it properly. What's Ivan said? Ooh. It's a test board accepts RF energy from 60 Hertz to 6 gig and converts the signal to a DC voltage. So it's like an RF energy harvesting doodad. Awesome. Hey, you can do some experiments on that. Definitely. I wonder if that's his design. Oh, look at, there he is. There he is. G'day, Ivan. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. Wish I was there. That's fantastic. Wow. Never been to Spain. Missed it on my world trip. Definitely have to get there one day. And it turns out that Ivan does some pretty funky woodworking stuff. Look at this. He's got a wooden wood info panel. He's got a sound dock, a massive sound dock for an iPhone. Is that like the world's biggest sound dock? I don't know. Look at this awesome wooden bike. That's just great stuff. I'll link in these down below, or you could scan in the barcode if you're that keen. And a touch sensitized furniture, and look at that. notebook. Not operational, of course, but hey, that looks jazzy. Fool people in the park. I love it. Anyway, he works as an electronics engineer for Technalica, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and he wants to specialise in energy harvesting, and he's sending this board, which I have to do a separate video on, so that we can, it's basically RFN, as I said, up to 6 gig, 60 hertz to 6 gig, RFN, and then basically DC out. We'll have to have a look at the chipset. I'll link in the data sheet for that, but yeah, I'll do a separate video on that. I'm interested in energy harvesting stuff, and he wants to know what path to follow, courses, conferences, tutorials, that sort of stuff to get him on his way. Well, I don't know offhand, so I'm going to throw that over to the audience to help out Ivan. If you know of any good like online courses and things like that for energy harvesting, then please leave it in the comments and Ivan can check them out. Thanks, Ivan. Next up, we've got one from Konrad Meyer, and he's from Konstanz in Deutschland, Germany. Man, do we get so many mailbags from Germany? It's unbelievable. It's not terribly surprising, because Germany is like my second or third top viewership, and he has sent in, ta-da, carefully wrapped up in tissue paper. Ta-da! An Arduino Mega. Thank you very much. I think I remember this. He realized I didn't have one, so he decided to send me one. And that's the, here we go. Dear Dave, that's the Arduino Mega for the BAM and DICE package, because Conrad is from, as we've seen before, he's from the print, it's chopped off, but the print to beta mob. There we go, print to beta. I'll link them in down below. They're the ones who did the 3D printer control board thingy. Link down below. Thanks, Conrad. Awesome. Don't have an Arduino Mega, so that goes into the kit. So there you have it. That concludes another Mailbag Monday. Thank you for everyone who sends these in. Much appreciated. Keeps the segment going, and people seem to love it. As so, if you like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Or you can give it a thumbs down if you really want to. I know there's a core group of haters that thumbs down every video out there, but for, like within a minute of me uploading. Thank you very much. Always keeps me amused. Anyway, let's take a look at this thing. I'm just gonna, yeah, old school data sheets with some chips. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Anyway, if you want the t-shirt, ta-da! There it is. I'll link it in down below. Warranty void if not removed shirt. And I'm wondering what happens if I send in this reply paid info card. I wonder if they're still there. Oh man, these were the days back when you had the magazines. You could actually, which of these following parameters would you like? I wonder if they're still running the survey and can send in the card from, hey, 91 expires. Ah, September 1st, 91. Damn it.